Hello, everybody. Hi. Hey. Hello, Sunny Intuition and Viviani, the sun catcher, Penelope. Hey, everyone. Today, as you can see, we are in our special lights, which means we're going to be channeling angels. And don't worry, I did get an antibiotic for my sinus infection, so that's going to be taking care of itself. But today we just want to channel some angels. We want to get some knowledge directly from divine sources rather than just pulling information through intuitively and through the crown. We want to really get the angel in body and let that angel tell us what it is we need to release, who it is we're becoming, to claim our healing, to activate our gifts. So for some of you, this might look like some activations and some healing work. For some of you, this might just be answering some questions. But of the ones that are here right now, make sure you say those magic words, because a lot of you are repeat people. And if you don't say those magic words, you're going to miss out. Go ahead and say what you need to say. Say your magic words. And we're going to get started pretty soon. Now, remember the questions that you asked. They don't have to be, there you go, welcome home. They don't have to be specific to a theme. I know that we've had a theme going on astrologically because we started this on Lionsgate, and then we did a follow-up around health, hearth, and home, and all of that kind of stuff. And now we're under the full blue super moon, and all of those energies, what it's bringing us is really bringing everything up to the surface to purge out. So there's been a lot of astrological stuff happening, but your questions don't have to be specific to any of that. Just whatever you feel like you need. And it could just be what the angels have to say for you. It might be a very specific need that you have, a specific healing, something that's been bothering you, a place where you've had a blockage. Whatever you feel like needs to come up, go ahead and let that come up for you. So I'm going to take a couple minutes just to breathe, to clear my channel, because we are going to be allowing these archangels to come in. I have my secret keeper crystal here with me, so I have a feeling we're going to be letting that archangel Darmaskin in first. And if you haven't watched my video where we channeled Darmaskin, go ahead and put that on your to-do list to look at next. That's going to be the next thing that we have going on, is seeing which angels want to come through. Darmaskin's probably going to come through first. It might be the only angel, but just like I was telling Viviani before we came on here, I don't dictate what happens when we channel angels, because I let the angels sit inside of my body and take over. I don't always have that control to decide what gets answered, how the answer comes out, or what ends up happening, whether we're just talking or whether we're doing healings. So we're going to let the angels decide, and it could be that Darmaskin goes out and we have Michael come in. Michael's been very present today, or Gabriel, or Jophiel, or whoever else wants to come in for you specifically. So we're just going to be very open today. We're going to let everything flow exactly how it's supposed to flow. And we'll go from there. Now, if you've never been on any of my shows or any of my YouTubes where we channel archangels, don't be alarmed. It comes straight in and it leaves when I'm ready for it to leave. It's not that I don't have any control over my body or anything like that. And angels are pretty gentle. They have a very, very high energy. So it can be a little zapping at times, but I have my fire going, because that fire energy really helps keep me high and going and all of those things. But we're just going to go, and it's a very beautiful process. So all of you just try to be very heart-centered for this. Just try to be into your heart space, really asking yourself what you need moving forward. And our lovely moderator, Viviani, is going to be coming on and reading those questions out loud so that I can stay in my space with these archangels. So you guys just start typing in your questions. Who wants a question answered who needs the particular healing or particular blockage. I'm going to start breathing and getting myself centered for this angel to enter. I'm ready for the first question.
Okay, the first question is from Sunny Intuition, and her question is about her health.
Your greatest issue with your health has been your Kundalini energy. There are snakes that go up the spine, that wrap around all of your cells and all of your organs, and that vitality, that is what keeps you nourished and moving forward. It doesn't matter why it was an issue or how it became an issue. The only thing that you need to know moving forward is that we're going to fix this. So I would like to do a DNA light code activation on all of your cells to open this up. There's lots of blue light that's going to be entering your body. So leave yourself very, very open at this particular time. You may also be aware that Lemurian energy is coming forward, Egyptian energy is coming forward. And stop worrying. Stop worrying. You worry so much. It's not helpful. In fact, it's the opposite of helpful. It makes all of that vitality and Kundalini energy just fall back down again. It's not helpful. Stop worrying. And if your mom would hear, she'd tell you the same thing. Be open to this. I see all of your DNA strands lighting up, opening, activating, all the way up to the heart space. Here at the heart, this is a problem. Just so you know, I am Michael, but I'm going to step out for a second because somebody else needs to come in to handle this heart space. I have activated your DNA and the parts of your DNA that are filled with vitality and strength and health. And they will continue to spread after this blockage is opened. Jophiel has entered, and right now I am gently working on the heart space. We're simply opening and expanding. One thing that I think Michael was trying to touch on was that there's nothing wrong with you. Not really. There's really nothing wrong. All that we have to work through is your happiness, is your satisfaction with your self-acceptance and your self-love. And that will open up everything. Letting yourself be held and accepted and loved by the universe, by God, by us, knowing that we care for you, that you can always trust us, that you're one with us all the time. Your heart is now open, and that DNA activation is moving all the way up your body into your crown, where you are now connecting in with the Lemurians. So as you are learning to trust yourself and your body, as you are activated, the messages that you have moving forward are coming from the Lemurians. We're going to let a Lemurian step forward. I've never channeled a Lemurian, so let's see how this goes. I'm being told that I can't cuss, even though I really want to. So what we're going to say instead is it's time to rock this. It's time to move forward. You might notice us in the back of your minds a little bit. Say here, this is where I'm going to live. This is where I'm going to give you those messages, because we're here to really shake things up. We're here to really make some noise, to make a mess, to get people thinking about things that are happening right now, where they're going in life, because people have been living with their eyes closed for too long. So you're involved in this somehow. So whether you're involved through your healing work or through politics, whatever it is that your particular passion is, we're going to be here guiding you along the way, and you're going to help mess things up. I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Let me see. The next question is from, well, Deb B. Kane made a comment. She's having back pain. What can you tell her about that? She's saying it's been better today, but it's actually it's been better, but today is pretty bad.
Michael immediately came back in. There are two spots that I'm seeing. One may be where you feel the pain, but one is actually the counterbalance of that. So we're having pain in two spots on the spine. But both spots are happening because you don't feel good enough. Emotionally and in the back of your mind, all of this comes from Or I can see a past life or a past life regression may be needed, but ultimately it all seems to come from where we don't feel good enough, where we feel incapable, where we don't feel that other people recognize our power. You don't even recognize your power. You don't recognize your worth, your importance, what you have to bring to the table. So I'd like to go in and work on that, if that is okay with you. Do I have permission to tap into this past life with this particular person?
She gave permission. What I'm seeing happening here is where we've been betrayed. Now, in this past life that I'm seeing, which is the core of all of this pain, and it's not pain where you think you feel it, it's a different pain in a different spot, but it's causing the other pain. This comes from the betrayal of a best friend. In that particular life, we lived somewhere on a mountain, and this best friend pushed you off the side of the mountain where you broke your back. And that is where you lay. And that is why we have so much of this pain. But the pain isn't because the back was broken, the pain is because of the betrayal. And the betrayal led to feelings of low self worth, not being good enough, wondering why. So we're going to go in and remove that imprint from you. And when this lifts from your emotions, it should also lift from your physical body as well. The imprint that we're removing is because the very moment that the best friend pushed you off the side of the mountain, your subconscious mind received it and said, I deserve this. So that means that even in this life, every single bad thing that happens to you, somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel that you deserve it. You deserve for those things to happen to you. So we might have repeating instances of betrayal from friends. We might have repeating low self worth issues, and it's all because we think that we deserve bad things to happen to us or that the bad things that happen to us are our fault. So we are removing this from your brain right now. Just feel it releasing and let it go. Consciously make the effort to let that release. And now I see this being replaced with the statement, I am worthy of great things. I want you to write this down, carry it with you. Let it act as an affirmation for you moving forward in all of your daily activities, interactions, and decisions. I am worthy of great things. And as this really instills and it sits inside of you, this will relieve your back pain. Next question, please. Okay, this next question is from Millicent Andrew. Any advice on me channeling or trance channeling, please? What advice do you think you need? I think that you know exactly what you're doing, that you're doing it well. You simply have to trust yourself enough to let it happen. Give me more specifics, Millicent, because I see you and I see that your channel is prepared. I see that it is ready. Have you allowed it to happen? Do you fully trust yourself and what will happen once you let it happen?
She says the energy that comes through. And she says she does not know if she's ready. She feels she's always pushing it back.
I see two things here. One is your self trust, which we knew. That was the first thing that we said. You have to trust yourself and trust that you're ready and trust that your body knows what to do. Your body is simply a channel and it is ready, and you know that it's ready. The other issue that I'm seeing is what kind of energies you're going to be channeling. Do you fear the kinds of energies that you are opening yourself to channel? Because you know as well as I do that you are a channel, meaning any energy can sit down inside of it as long as you allow it to. This means aliens or dark beings or angels. Do you fear the kinds of energies that could be sitting down inside of it?
She says she does not fear. Let me see. The kind. She welcomes it. They don't identify themselves.
There is something in your sacral space that may be holding you back from channeling certain kinds of energies. This is something that will release naturally on your healing path. Even though you do not consciously fear, there is something in the sacral space that works against it. So, this isn't simply you pushing the energies away. This is something about your sacral space that says, wait a second, am I fully prepared? Maybe because you don't fear. If you do not have a healthy dose of fear of what kind of energies can come through, then your body may naturally do it for you. You would hate to start channeling a dark being with no help and no backup, and it gets stuck for days at a time. So, in that particular sense, your body may be helping you. So, always have a very strong intention of who and what you are channeling when you open yourself to channel. Other than that, simply work on your self trust, just allowing it to happen. There's nothing really holding you back from this. It's like that you are an open channel with little nodules here and there. that simply the energy learns to flow around. So do not worry. You already don't fear. Just be present with yourself and who you are. Trust that what's happening is happening naturally and that you will know what to do when it happens. Having a strong need and a strong intention is important when you channel. Is there a need for you to channel at that particular moment? Is there a person you could be helping by channeling at that particular moment? All of these things. And then self-trust is simply the foundation that it sits on. Right now, there's a particular angel that wants to work with you more closely than the others. And I feel Jophiel's presence around you a lot. Whether this is the angel you work with or not, Jophiel is present with you a good bit. So tap into that feminine energy, that feminine nature that you are within yourself, to what you hold as sacred, and allow yourself to be a sacred space on the inside. Next question.
The next question is from the Sun Catcher. Is that a reason I'm feeling so disconnected?
Gabriel's trying to come in. Really let me into your heart space for just a minute. Feel me there. Feel me expanding my wings. There's a lot that we're digging through to open this up. There's imagery of old Mesopotamia. There's imagery of old pottery, old gods, old goddesses. But let's just be soft. Let's just be open. I am who I am. I love who I am. I know who I am. I am soft. Accept this heart softening. It's melting its way through, connecting everything. So what was making you feel disconnected wasn't necessarily a disconnection. It was the heart trying to open and expand, but there were so many hard layers that it had to get through. And you were feeling it splinter and chip as it went through. But with this softening, it just melts all of that and allows everything to open and expand. Also, allow yourself to soften to your childlike dreams. Maybe even to romance. Next question.
Okay, let me see here. The next question is, from Gina M. What can they help me with at this time? I feel it is a time of transition. My health is fluctuating both physically and emotionally. Any help appreciated. Much love.
Raphael came in. There's a portal in your house. Number 1, right next to your chair. I don't know if you have a recliner there. I see the chair. We're going to close this portal. This portal, it opens in a way that let in a lot of energies that were needed to heighten things for you in order for you to do the level up that you're doing, in order for you to go through your transitional phases. But now we need to close that before the energies get so big that it just starts to give you headaches and hurt you physically. So we're going to close that portal now. Now sit with me. We've come a long way, you and I. We've done a lot of things together through this life and many other ones too. The biggest help that you will ever need is simply comfort and compassion. You have all the tools that you need to get through anything, and you've already been through quite a lot. So knowing that you're never alone, that you're always wrapped in these wings, that you're always wrapped in arms, is the biggest comfort that an angel can offer to you. To know that you're always held, admired, appreciated, accepted. But I would also like to do some work on your physical body. So allow yourself to feel accepted and admired and appreciated and held in angel's wings. As I begin to do work on your body, specifically at your hearts, feet, legs, and hips. And if you have other parts of the body you would like for me to work on, just let me know. Leave yourself open to receiving this healing. And I get that there's somebody else here watching this who also needs this healing or a very similar healing. So this isn't just for this one person. All of you, anyone who needs this, feel yourself being open to receiving this healing energy.
Gina mentions lower back.
In your lower back pain, there's a lot there that's also coming from the imbalance of the hips. So we're going to pull those sides and balance those. I see mouse energy coming through. So leave yourself open to mouse medicine. And mice medicine gives us agility, strength, heightened hearing. So we have the ability to hear our guidance system. And I've healed everything that I want to along the foot and the legs and the hips and the back and the heart. But I would also like to do some work in the abdomen, if that's okay. You carry a lot in that space, and we want to release that. So as we purge here, we're going to be releasing a lot of anger, a lot of stress, a lot of tension, anxiety, just a lot of black and red and orange stuff. And we're going to replace it with some light and airy purples, like lilacs and lavender colors. Maybe even some joy gets to come through here with that yellow color. Beautiful. And I hear someone else claiming this also, so that's okay. If you need some of that joy and that light, airy stuff in your abdomen, you can claim this as well. I'm also releasing a cord from you in that particular area. And the cord that I'm releasing was to a version of yourself that was misguided. And maybe you didn't see yourself as the best person at that time or the most healthy person at that time, present life or past. But we released that. But that particular version of you was also in labor. So it could be that you were having a lot of low back pain because it was a lot of cramping from always feeling that we were in labor. And we released that cord. Do we have another question or healing?
Yes, the next question is from, let me see here, Penelope T. She's having hideous headaches and rib pain. She would like to know if that's connected to her daughter's rage.
I would like to unwind, if I can, through those ribs and along that back and around the liver. Because the cords are wrapped around that liver, we may be experiencing anger, toxicity, or rage. This is reflected in your daughter in multiple ways through ancestral DNA and also just in her own and through her own traumas and how she projects that onto you. but a good unwinding should help. And once we unwind, we'll have to really push open the heart space. So leave yourself open to just feeling it unwinding from those ribs. If you've been having any indigestion lately, that's from the same stuff. I'm seeing this kind of wrapped around the hiatal space. So possibly some, what do you call it? Acid reflux. And we're just unwinding. And a lot of what's wound up here feels like the need to not feel alone. So here we're imprinting a good bit of feeling connected. Good. Unwinding from around that liver now. Releasing that, pumping up and expanding that heart space. Now, I don't know if this is going to help your headache because temporarily it might even feel like there's a lot of energy headed that way. But we're going to unscrew the top of the head just for a moment so we can let all of this flow through beautifully. Release some of that pressure. Screw it back on right and well. I feel that you have another question, but maybe one that you don't know that you have, or maybe you don't know how to ask it because even tapping into it, it looks like something that's very vague. Even when I look at it, it looks like a guest room in the back of your heart. Like there's a space there that's longing to be filled. I'm going to tap into that quickly if you don't mind. Thank you for letting me tap into that and to look at that. I was very honored to get to see it. It, in fact, looks like a part of you that's longing to just rest, to take an eternal sleep. And it was telling me I deserve to rest. And you will. You've been through a lot in this life that has helped you to release a lot of your karmic fates, a lot of your karmic connections, to change your destinies. And so you have a decision to make because what I am seeing says that this could be the last life that you live if you choose it to be that way. You have experienced more in this life than many have experienced in hundreds of lives. And that's because you put yourself on the accelerated track to end all of these karmic things, to finish everything up, so that if you choose to incarnate again, you can incarnate into a life that's fairly free of all of this stuff, into a lighthearted and fun life. But what this little space at the back of your heart says is, I'm tired and I'm ready to rest. I've seen it all. I've felt it all. I've been through it all. And it's all so wonderful. It's all so beautiful. It's all so sweet. You have a compassion space there, is what it is. You have built a box of compassion for the world. And when that box of compassion for the world is fully constructed, you get the choice of whether to continue experiencing or whether to just move on. So it looks like you have a choice to make, Miss Penelope. But either way you choose, your future looks peaceful and beautiful. I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, the next question is from Seascape. How do I get over the trepidation of opening my abilities?
There are two angels fighting over who's going to get to answer this question, so give me just a second. I have Michael and Raphael trying to come in at the same time. I think Michael's winning overall. What are you afraid of? There's something here that you're afraid of, but the only thing to fear truly is yourself and your own power and what you're capable of. And when you fear your own power, you end up sabotaging yourself so that there's nothing to move forward to, so that you never have to make a move. Now Raphael's coming in. It's time to heal the duality within, the parts of you that you keep separate from the other parts of you. There are parts of you that you choose to keep hidden, not only from other people, but from yourself also. There are parts of you that you don't want to escape. You don't want them to get out. You don't want them to be wild, free. You don't want people to see them and feel that you are unworthy. But these parts of you are what make you worthy of wielding your gifts. These parts of you are what make you powerful. They're what make you unique. They're what make you special. They're what give you your special edge. And so only through the healing of this duality will you be able to fully take on your power and wield it appropriately. I do see fear almost like icicles inside of your body. And I can melt those icicles for you now if you wish. But until you heal this duality, until you do this healing work, those icicles could keep coming back because your brain is training them to do so. Your brain is saying, I'm afraid to move forward, therefore I won't move forward. So now I will look to your brain. You have some crystallized pieces here around the pineal gland that I would like to remove, if that's okay with you. Do I have permission to do that?
Yes, she gave permission.
We're removing these crystallized pieces from around the pineal gland. And to me, they look the same as the fear that we saw there, where I said it looked like icicles coming out. This is what's around that pineal gland. So we're removing those. We're opening those neurons up to receiving full and powerful messages. And as we open all of that up, what this comes down to at that point is safety. We just feel safe where we're at, inside of ourselves. So I want you to start with this small affirmation first. The world is safe. And start saying that affirmation to yourself often. Every time you think of speaking a word that comes to you intuitively to another person, anytime that you feel your power rising up and you want to use it, speak those words. The world is safe. And let yourself know that it's okay for you to take up room. It's okay for you to speak your piece. It's okay for you to feel intuitively. The world is safe and it will receive you. You yourself are always safe. That's not the issue. The issue is you feeling that as you express, that your expressions will be accepted. You are safe. The world is safe. Let yourself start there with all of these crystallized energies recently removed. You'll have to move through different layers of feeling safe. And this is part of your journey and part of your step-by-step process right now. This is just what you have to go through right now to live out your karmic journey. And you're doing a great job. Do we have another question?
Yes, okay, let's see. The next question is from Jennifer. Is there anything that can be said about my struggle to find work? Thank you.
There's a particular angel running and like trying to jump into my body very, very wildly. But my subconscious mind is automatically resisting him because I don't recognize this angel. So give me just a moment to attune to it, I guess you could say. So this might be a personal guardian angel that I'm picking up. What was your name again?
Her name is Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay, there we go. Just from what I can pick up through this personal guardian angel, I feel like we need to stop underselling ourselves. I feel that there's a lot beneath the surface that needs to heal as far as personal self-worth goes, and as far as feeling capable of doing the jobs presented to be done. Humbleness, in your case, is not a virtue. Stop trying to be humble and just be powerful. It doesn't matter what your mother or anybody else told you about your attitude. You need to let yourself shine. You need to let your words be heard. And while this might not seem like the appropriate time during job interviews or to your boss to let yourself be heard, this is actually part of your process, and part of what you're going through is learning how to express yourself to these people in a way that then gives you reciprocity monetarily to be able to live your life. Your entire safety right now, as far as money goes, your ability to live, your survival, is based on your ability to see your self-worth, your personal power, and to express it to other people so that they know your worth and your capability. During a job interview, or even in your resume process, or in your job in general, people only know how worthy you are because of how much you tell them. If you tell them that you are worthy, if you tell them that you are powerful, if you tell them they are capable, then they will know that, because they would not know otherwise. So humbleness, quietness, meekness, those things are not your friend anymore, and you can go ahead and just remove them from your life and from your vocabulary. Coming back to the you that's wild, that's free, that's loud, that's adventurous, that knows its own name. There's something there about that, knowing your own name and how it feels to you and how you get to express that to others, saying your name out loud. This is going to be the key to your success in your solar plexus, in your personal power. I feel like there might be a health issue that you feel is holding you back. Is there any clarification that you want to put around that?
I am not seeing a comment from Jennifer yet.
I'm just going to send some energy to that space at the back. It's not lighting up in any particular organ, but there's some sort of leakage at the back of the solar plexus. And this could be the thought that we're not healthy enough for certain jobs, or that we don't have heightened enough vitality or high enough energy for certain positions. So we're just going to send some energy there.
Okay. I see she typed constant struggle for sleep is holding her back.
We're filling that part of your back with energy. And as far as your sleep goes, try listening to some blue noise while you sleep. If you go to YouTube and just type in blue noise, it'll pull up 12 hours of blue noise that you can listen to while you sleep. And the Archangel Michael will come to you while you're listening to that and will comfort you. But remember your power, your worth, what you're capable of, and your sleep will become as strengthened and refreshed as your mind and your body. We're breaking chains and cables and anything holding that energy down at this time and letting it flood through your body. Beautiful. You also have an ancestor guide with you, just for your awareness if you didn't know already. That angel went out as soon as it saw the ancestor come in.
Mm-hmm. I just want to remind everyone to drink a lot of water to help with all of the healing. How are you feeling? Do you need to stop or?
The angels are starting to slowly leave the room. So I feel like we've kind of, are we at time?
It's 1 minute past, 2 minutes past 2 now. So I just want to check because you probably.
Yeah, it was like that angel just violently like left just right then. Now that ancestor guide isn't giving me a whole lot of information. It's just there and it's very present. So just really sitting with that ancestor guide, just know that it's there, that it's comforting you, that it's with you through all of this. Yes. So, wow, guys, we had so many different angels. Thank you so much, Viviani. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So many different angels come through. I was expecting Darmaskin for sure. But then we ended up having, if I even remember, I think we had Michael, Jophiel, Raphael come through. Gabriel came through one time. So my body, I'm going to have to clear out a lot of these energies. You guys, just like Viviani said, drink lots and lots of water because these sorts of channelings are very different energetically. They're a lot heavier because they're more concentrated. So thank you so much, everybody who allowed me to read for them, who allowed the angels to provide healings for them. Thank you guys for listening, for showing up. I love you guys all so much. And catch me if you can. We have one more live in August where you get to say those magic words and have a chance to win that free 3-card reading. So I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Bye.